Few people laughed. Few people cried. Most people were silent. I remembered the line from the Hindu scripture, the Bhagavad Gita. Vishnu is trying to persuade the prince that he should do his duty, and to impress him takes on his multi-armed form and says, "Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds." I suppose we all thought that one way or another.
Hello and welcome to Empathic Times. My name is Amira. That was Dr. J. Robert Oppenheimer, best known as the father of the atomic bomb, expressing his concern, fear, and sadness following the experimentation of what would become the atomic bombs detonated at Hiroshima and Nagasaki, the only time that nuclear weapons have been used, bringing Japan to its knees. While Oppenheimer did not fully disagree with the scientific findings that led to nuclear weapons, he was, as is seen, in dismay to what technology had now been released. It's sadly an often heard sentiment from inventors that approach science and technological advancement with high hopes, too many times forgetting how that technology or science will be used. We are at yet another stage of technological advancement for which the creator of an advanced technology is now expressing worries and concerns for the future. That future being artificial intelligence. Pandora's box has been opened, and we can't put it back in. World leaders, tech billionaires, and the inventor of AI technology himself are all warning about the serious implications that AI will have on our 2024 election, democracy itself, and the future of the human race. From eerily looking deepfakes to not fully understanding the use of chatbots, to bad actors and their use of AI technology, there are many, many concerns facing us in our AI future. In 2012, Dr. Hinton and two of his graduate students at the University of Toronto created technology that became the intellectual foundation for AI systems that the tech industry's biggest companies believe is the key to their future. Hinton recently quit his job at Google so that he could freely speak about the risks of AI. He worked at Google for over a decade and became one of the most respected voices in the field, admitting that he consoles himself with the normal excuse: "If I hadn't done it, somebody else would have." The bigger aspect of this is just how much money so many companies are putting into this type of technology. Google spent $44 million to acquire a company started by Dr. Hinton and his two students. Their systems led to the creation of increasingly powerful technologies, including new chatbots like ChatGPT and Google Bard. It's too bad that scientists and inventors don't put more thought into how their technology, experiments, and inventions are going to be used. The history is there. Our government has used technological advancements wrongly and in some of the worst ways intended. It's why so many scientific projects continue to get so much funding, especially the ones that the government sees as a weapon. Companies will do the same thing. It's a sad reality, but a reality nonetheless. These inventions that have all of the promise of a brighter future get bastardized and turned into the very thing that even the inventors themselves would have never wanted. And now that Pandora's box is open, when it comes to AI, we are having to deal with the consequences. And our government, our military, our corporations are not ready to deal with it, nor do they have any semblance of how to move forward, which is honestly the most scary part in my opinion. What do you think? AI technology is leading to serious concerns in many aspects, with the largest concern being that of misinformation. Generative AI can already be a tool for misinformation. It could be a risk to jobs. Down the line, tech's biggest worriers say it could be a risk to humanity. As companies improve their AI systems, Hinton believes that they are becoming increasingly dangerous, saying, "Look at how it was 5 years ago and how it is now. Take the difference and propagate it forwards." Dr. Hinton continued saying that until last year, Google acted as a proper steward for the technology, careful not to release something that might cause harm. But now that Microsoft has augmented its Bing search engine with a chatbot, challenging Google's core business, Google is racing to deploy the same kind of technology. The tech giants are locked in a competition that might be impossible to stop. Dr. Hinton's immediate concern is that the internet will be flooded with false photos, videos, and text, and the average person will not be able to know what is true anymore. I mean, we see where this is going, right? This is going to be used by all of the bad actors. And when I say bad actors, I mean our government, multi-billion-dollar corporations, and billionaires that love to give us the guise of expertise and control. And we need to be the ones that have the control, because if we don't, someone else is going to have the control. And because it won't be us, they are going to be deemed the bad ones. And we will have to go to bat and fight over this. The idea that this stuff could actually get smarter than people, a few people believe that, but most people thought it was way off, and I thought it was way off. I thought it was 30 to 50 years or even longer away. Obviously, I no longer think that. So I know I'm not a scientist, but what world are you living in? Have you not seen our government? Have you not seen our corporations and the heads of those corporations? They are going to accelerate whatever they can, however they can, consequences be damned, because money and power and control is more important to them than anything else. Dr. Hinton concluded saying that unlike nuclear weapons, there is no way of knowing whether companies or countries are working on the technology in secret. The best hope is for the world's leading scientists to collaborate on ways of controlling the technology. I don't think they should scale this up more until they have understood whether they can control it. What makes you think in a captured system like scientific research, because yes, it is captured, what makes you think that they can control it? They are going to take the pretty money that the government or corporations give them. You did. This is not rocket science. Or maybe it is. So are you excited for AI? Are you looking forward to the 2024 election? Because it looks like the 2024 election is telling 2016 and 2020, hold my beer. The upcoming 2024 election cycle will be the first time in US history where AI-generated content will be used in political ads by campaigns, parties, and super PACs. You know, they don't have to use this technology. They are choosing to. They are choosing to use a technology that they know is volatile and that its deeper issues are still yet to be uncovered. But like so many things, political races are more important than the human race. Best case scenario, AI gets voters more engaged and it decreases polarization. Worst case, AI is used to mislead and manipulate voters. Let's take a look at an example of a deepfake that came out recently.
This just in, we can now call the 2024 presidential race for Joe Biden.
My fellow Americans.
This morning, an emboldened China invades Taiwan.
Financial markets are in free fall as 500 regional banks have shuttered their doors.
Border agents were overrun by a surge of 80,000 illegals yesterday evening.
Officials closed the city of San Francisco this morning, citing the escalating crime and fentanyl crisis.
Who's in charge here? It feels like the train is coming off the tracks.
This is considered a deepfake, and a lot of people believed it when it first came out. It's not too dissimilar to usual campaign ads going against the adversary, which is why this is a concern for 2024 and just deepfakes in general. There have been 3 times as many video deepfakes of all kinds and 8 times as many voice deepfakes posted online this year compared to the same time period in 2022. In total, about 500,000 video and voice deepfakes will be shared on social media sites globally in 2023. Cloning a voice used to cost $10,000, but now startups offer it for a few dollars. We are not prepared for this. When you can do that on a large scale and distribute it on social platforms, it's going to have a major impact. And even with all these red flag warning signs, they just keep going. Mike Nellis, CEO of Authentic, said he uses ChatGPT every single day and encourages his staff to use it too, as long as any content drafted with the tool is reviewed by human eyes afterwards. Because self-regulation has worked so well in the past. Nellis's new project in partnership with Higher Ground Labs is an AI tool called Quiller. It will write, send, and evaluate the effectiveness of fundraising emails, all typically tedious tasks, on campaigns. That's corporate speak for we don't want to actually pay someone to do this job or pay them a decent wage, so we're just going to use AI. The people be damned. Everyone just seems to be reasoning their way out of and away from the real risks here. Because despite all the signs and warnings saying this is a bad idea, people just keep going and say they are more excited about AI potential to tackle boring grunt work and expand their ability to deploy big race tactics in down ballot contests. And how are our leaders approaching this when it comes to elections? Earlier this month, the AAPC released a policy statement forbidding its members from using generative AI to create deepfakes that mislead the public, but they know that not every operative will abide by the trade group's ethical standards. Given that Congress has yet to pass legislation regulation on how social media companies utilize user data, or anything else of real substance when it comes to social media companies, because that would mean that the government can't continue their overstepping use of social media companies as an unofficial fourth branch of government for censorship and surveillance.
Oh, goodness. Excuse me. Jeez, that was a bad one.
But AI's ability to generate election swaying deceptions is far more obvious than social media influence on votes. A deepfake's ability to fool voters is readily apparent to lawmakers. But will they do anything? No. So what are your thoughts on artificial intelligence? Do you use anything like ChatGPT or Google Bard in your daily activities? Do you think it's smart and helpful to use these tools in work settings for elections, political campaigns, etc.? Let me know down in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. Hit that like button and subscribe. Share with those that you think might like this. And as always, stay safe, take care, and be kind to each other.